was.
It's getting smaller and smaller. What the
Yeah,
heck?
huh?
It ain't cause of me, is it?
Deputy's supposed to be here also.
What's that?
So we have a deputy supposed to be here too.
You might have chased that yellow car that went down.
They say something, somebody's having fun with it.
He saved it for the
Well, he's chasing him for speeding, that's a good thing.
Whatever it is, probably out of city limits in second gear.
He's trying to call him.
Well, that's be done. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I don't know if I can tell us what's that. Oh, outside. Jerry can grab it for you. Why don't you just go out in one?
Thank you.
Hello, are you coming? Oh, okay, that sounds good then. Yeah. There you go. Okay, bye.
I have no clue. Because, but you just have to have a lot of interest for that. You need to go out and application. Did you read that place thing out there? That I don't know. I'm kind of wondering. Well, should have started the meeting.
Yeah, I see one every day coming home from work, that's it, down.
Stop.
Two bears,
Yeah.
2 bears in front of me.
He ran across and he said on the railroad tracks.
They're feasting on for me.
By the first round.
Oh, shit.
It's 7 o'clock.
In general.
First thing you do is just like, probably gonna be a long night there. We have to start buying rounds.
She said,
Sorry, guys. I think you recorded 1 minute.
sorry guys.
Front row.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and we'll get started with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I know there's probably a lot of other things we'd rather be doing, but anyway, thank you all for being here. Gavin was supposed to be here, so maybe we could move him down the agenda and hopefully he shows up.
Yeah, I saw him drive, head past our house just a minute ago, pulling in.
Well, you really was choosing.
Maybe he wasn't. Going after somebody.
You wanna move him?
Yeah.
Where do you wanna put him?
Oh.
Before new business?
Yeah, let's just move him down by new business, before new business.
Okay.
We need probably a motion on that.
I make a motion, move the county sheriff slot to after approved payroll summary and before new business,
He's here.
Oh,
Is he
he just
here?
walked in.
or not.
Is he or not?
Or not, okay. Howdy,
How's it going?
good. We were just moving your slot a little further down,
Oh,
but that's
okay.
all right since you're here.
I'm here. Oh, okay.
You're
So,
up.
you ready for my report?
We're ready for your report.
Okay, looks like in last month, hasn't been a lot of big stuff going on in Fromberg. Medical emergency, citizen contact, citizen assist, stuff like that. Suspicious vehicle. According to this, time spent patrolling is 63 hours 19 minutes, and the time actually spent on calls was 5 hours 33 minutes, for a total of 68 hours
68 hours.
and 52 minutes.
Oh, okay. I had called on a vehicle block an alley over here.
So that's why I was late, because the guy called in and said, hey, I need you to come over and verify that the stuff's out of the alley. So are we talking that grass strip between First and Second? It's not really a,
No, not the grass strip, but it goes down in L shapes. It comes up behind McKenzie's garage.
I'm assuming, I just, when I drove by there, somebody was loading a vehicle onto that trailer, so it's not there yet.
Okay.
As soon as the meeting gets over, I will head back over there and see what's going on.
See what's going on? Okay, I appreciate it, thank you.
Good.
Because he had just, I've never been able to talk to him. Every time I go knock on him, nobody answers or nobody's around or, so,
Yep, that's what you've done.
It's hard to tell whose vehicles those are,
yeah, because,
in between two houses.
yeah.
You've ascertained who belongs to the vehicles that were in question?
I got here, had enough time to drive down there and turn around and come back up to this meeting.
Okay, so no.
I know the deputy today, I can't think of his name,
Wilton.
was there, and he got license numbers and stuff. But I don't know if he was ever able to make contact.
I don't know.
When he called me, he just asked if this was the right place, right thing.
I am not sure, and like I
Okay.
said, after the meeting, I can do a little bit more delving into it, but it's
Okay.
kind of busy
Well, good.
afternoon.
Good, thank you.
You wanna sit down? I can go
No,
over there.
I'm good.
Do you guys have anything for
Nope.
Sheriff's Department? Do we have any questions for the Sheriff's Department? Okay, it's like you're off the hook. You can stick around for a while though. That'll be good. Also, would like to introduce our attorney, Dennison Butler. He is able to join us tonight, so we're glad that he's here. And thank him for making the effort to come over and be part of the group.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, we did not get on here
Public comment.
things that went on the agenda.
Yeah, no, I just said public comment, yeah.
So, do you guys wanna add, or just,
I think it's necessary.
okay? You can go ahead and add public comment into that.
Where do you wanna put it?
Well, it's kinda like normal, it's usually been after the sheriff's department, after their time. Huh?
I don't know how that got deleted.
I don't know. I didn't notice it.
Well, I move that we add public comment to amend the agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to amend the agenda to add public comment after the sheriff's report. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, now, open for public comment for things that are not on the agenda. Correct.
My name's Carl Hergenreiter. I'm actually here as a AE representative for Lori Simpson. It's a copy, there's 4 of them. One might want to go to the attorney. She was sent not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 water bills. All with different account names, all with different residents. The one that is in her residence is letter A. That one says 1/10 of 23. She is not liable for that bill until 7/1 of 23. She lives in the mobile court over here.
Yeah.
The bills that she got tally over $10,000. The one that she paid last month, which is the original one on the back of that, along with the receipt, is not in her name for the residency. The receipt that I got from Harley doesn't have her account number or the amount that she paid to that account. So not only did she get bills that weren't in her name, she paid a bill that we don't know is in her name. And I know that there's been issues with the water bills before, and I know that it's been talked about in the city council. However, I thought as a city council member, you should know exactly how many wrong errors are in that,
Awesome.
including the service date. Her service date was 7/1 to 7/31 of 2017 on her first bill, as of this year.
Okay,
And it needs to be rectified, but you guys don't have regular office hours to accommodate the normal business person. And this could have been rectified on Friday, had you been open.
yes, if, as everybody here knows, Harley is on maternity leave. She has a baby.
Yes, and none of this is her problem. She's on maternity leave. Nobody's running the town. But my problem, one of my biggest problems with this is you've taken all these bills and you have put them in my name. I've spent 8 years trying to clear up my credit, and you guys are just, next time I want dinner before you fuck me like this, okay?
Excuse me, don't use that kind of language,
Yes.
please.
It was a one-time thing, and it's done. But this is ridiculous, and the fact that, who's gonna do anything about it, because nobody's running the town, you can't get any help.
And not only that, those bills that are back due were for the property owner, and the property owner is here tonight, because I contacted him.
Okay.
This shouldn't happen to anybody. And it definitely
I
shouldn't
know, but
happen on
usually,
somebody.
like you say, if we can get in and talk to the clerk, and Lacey's been coming in and filling in,
I work 8 to 5 in Billings. If
We're
the
open till
office,
6 on
And-
Thursdays.
on Thursday when I get off at
You
5
work-
and I'm home at 6.
what is
I'm
your
crazy, I don't work.
You don't work.
No.
And not only that, she's not financially responsible for paying her bills. That's the responsibility of the payee, which is me.
Okay.
So do we have enough information here to clear this up?
Yes, so the reason that, why her name is on all the bills, I don't know for a fact, because I only set up one account. But what it is they're linked together because of the back pay on the property already. And so when I was in the office, I've been taking those out and putting them in an envelope and sending them off, instead of sending all of them to be to
They're not
her
even in
type
the
deal.
property owner's name though, they're in another
I know,
resident of
because-
the court.
Because of Black Mountain. They are connected, and so when I went to change and put it in her name, like a new bill and everything, the address linked to all of those. And so I've been dealing with Black Mountain. We were trying to get it settled before I went on maternity leave, but she came a week early. And that was something that was being worked on.
So you're aware of this situation,
Yes.
okay? And how close are we to getting it rectified?
Well, when I was in the office, it was supposed to be done the week before my maternity leave, just
Mhm.
because I was trying to get everything straightened out.
Okay.
But I have not been back in the office for,
So, Tim, do you have any idea how quickly we can get this rectified?
I can come in with Lacey, tomorrow, and we can get it figured out.
Okay? Is tomorrow soon enough?
Tomorrow soon enough, so long as the new current bill that is issued, which is supposed to be number D on your list, is actually transferred to her name with her residency
And what number?
and lot number, which was filled out with the town on May 8th.
Mhm.
And then on top of it, I wanna make sure that her previous bill that she paid last month was actually credited to her account and
Yeah.
not to somebody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
We
fair.
can,
Yeah.
we can,
Thank you, Dave.
we can
And
research
I
that
know it
really.
was because I
Thank you,
had
Dave. I
the bill at
appreciate it.
0 when I
Yeah.
checked last.
Okay.
Okay, so we got everything we need, right?
Yep.
Did you have any questions for them?
Harley, do you have any other questions?
Do you have any questions for them so that this can be rectified?
I'll give you a call tomorrow when we're done with it.
If I don't answer, please leave a voicemail because I'm with another client.
Yep, I can do that.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Mike Metling. Speaking on the water issue, that's one of the things. Why aren't meters being read?
What?
Why aren't meters being read? This is the second month now that you have not read meters.
I know it is. We have not been able, the guy that brings the water meters to try to train Mark to do that was not able to train Mark to do that. We've been trying to get Jay to come in and train Mark to do that. And Jay's been busy with his schedule. And I'm hoping that it will happen, it's supposed to happen this Friday.
I talked to Jay. Jay was asking me about it, and I talked to Jay, and he said he had told Mark to give him a call on any Friday and set it up, and he would help him train. The reason I'm asking is this town has a lot of people that are on fixed incomes. You're billing the basic rates, and then all of a sudden, when you finally do read the meters, you're gonna nail everybody with this bill for usage?
Well, actually, everybody that has the usage has been using it on their lawns. So it'll be basically a,
There won't be
there
a
won't be
big
a huge
increase
increase.
unless they're behind on their water bill.
Okay.
Which I think,
So what's happening is they're getting ready to read them at the beginning of the month. Like Jay's coming in. I've already talked to Lacey about it because she came in and was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, this is why I've been calling you to come help me. You know, but it is not her responsibility either. Either is it Jay's. Unfortunately, everyone that we have called and contacted has not been able to actually show us what we're supposed to be doing and actually teach us how to do it. Unfortunately, you know, I've had zero training in this office, and same with Mark. And we are figuring it out as we go, and we are trying our hardest and doing everything we can.
It's not an easy system to run, I know.
No,
I
No, it's not.
implemented it, so I know all about it when we did on the computer
well then,
with the reading system.
yeah.
Okay, so
Thank
they'll
you
be
for
read.
being so
this
honest
next
and
month.
not, like everybody else, dismiss it and put it off on somebody else.
Yeah, no, I
Thank you for
mean,
taking responsibility and letting us
Fully.
know that you're doing everything you can.
yeah, I mean, I call,
appreciate that.
I
It's not
call
something that we
clerks,
just skipped
I
and
call
forgot
You
clerks
keep
about.
making
every day.
excuses.
I
But
call
thank
clerks
you.
every day to help out, so Kristen's been over helping me with reconciling books. You know, I mean, it is something that we are trying to get done.
My pleasure.
But Lacey did come in and she saw how big of a
Mhm.
show we were having. And she
Well, that's
talked to
good that you
Jay
guys can
and
work
she's supposed
together
to
and
come
get
in.
this straightened out.
Yes,
What,
Good.
and so that is something we are working on.
what is the amount?
What's your name first?
Brian Jones. What is the amount that is allotted for the $65? How many gallons is that? Because last year you guys did, if you was all current and all this, and it was a rewards
Mhm.
deal.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
certain, more. So
Basically, it was
what is
your,
it,
your basic rate,
Which is for how many gallons, Tim,
Yeah.
is what he's asking.
Yeah,
The basic rate,
basic rate's about 1,000 gallons, isn't it?
2,000.
2,000.
2,000, then if you're current and all that, then you was allotted another 1,000.
No, no,
We don't have a cap.
We didn't put a cap on it.
Oh,
Mhm.
So you, that way it allowed people to be able to water their lawns
As long as,
and keep their grass green and not have to worry about a huge water bill.
cool. On that note, still gotta take that fee off. That was
Anything
a
else?
computer error.
Yeah, that's,
Cheryl Cox, I was wondering if there's gonna be work done on the river like we were told was gonna happen?
I'll tell you what I've been working on with the river. I met with the Conservation District about 2 weeks ago. They had an engineer that had a set of plans, and it was exactly what Mike Fentley and I had talked about a year ago. Which was take the material from the river, move it into the bank, extend the bank at Ventlings out about 80 feet, and then they were gonna add riprap to that to make it. They just came in, I contacted Scott Blaine Saturday.
Explain who Scott Lane
Oh,
is.
Scott Blaine is a county commissioner that is working with this project. We had a certain amount of money that was allotted to us, and we turned that money over to the county because they have deeper
Matching
pockets
funds.
than we do and the ability to make things work better. So, anyway, I contacted him on Saturday. They sent him the revised group of plans, and all he told me was, this is gonna be very expensive. He said, we need to sit down and discuss it. However, when I was with the meeting with Conservation District, they said there was additional funding available besides the 380,000 that they had allowed. So where we're at with that, I don't know right now. I'm trying to get where I can set up and talk with Scott Blaine and figure out where we're at.
Have you reached out to Scott
Today?
today?
No, I haven't. I've been in Billings today. I have not been.
Probably something we ought to do.
Yes, it is.
Um,
And the sooner the better, because
Right.
weather's not gonna get any better.
Would you like to have another member of the council in that meeting?
Boy, that would be great. Would you guys like to?
Why don't you just see what you can set up for timing and.
Yeah, see what day he's available.
See what
and see
day
if
he's
he's
available.
Okay, then I'll get a hold of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay? That would be good, yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes.
What have you got set
What's
up,
your name?
Jerry Hall,
Okay.
what have you got for setting up to let people know when you're gonna be shutting water down and stuff? Before, years and years, we used this little siren, that wouldn't affect our department, would it, Mike?
Not as long as you let them know that you're firing it off.
Yeah, it's anything like that, cause a lot of people, if you go phone, they don't have phones or shit. Excuse me, computers and stuff.
Jerry, are you saying that there was quite a few people that didn't know we were gonna shut the water off this last time?
I heard there was, yeah.
I didn't know. And I
I
have
s-
Facebook.
There is a red 911 reverse.
It wasn't that.
And we don't have I don't have access to that.
get with me and I'll give you the gal's name. Anytime you have anything, a town emergency or anything like that that you do, all you gotta do is contact Serena and she will post whatever.
That I got.
That's great.
I thought that was online. I thought somebody put it online.
Someone put it on Facebook, yes.
It was put on Facebook.
Yeah,
I put it
not
on
everybody.
Facebook that we were turning it back on.
Yeah.
But I got with Serena and she posted it, and Serena Allen, who is the DES coordinator, will, all you have to do is call her and she will put it out on the reverse 911.
Okay.
Would that have solved the problem?
Yeah.
It would have helped. I don't know,
Solve the problem.
I don't know who all has got on the 911 reverse call. You have to basically sign up. But at least you would have had a lot more people that knew about it ahead of time, and it could have gotten posted more.
Now, I know we didn't have a lot of time.
And that's just the thing, Serena, all you gotta do is make a phone call. I can make a phone call right now and have whatever you want put on there right now, and it'll go out within 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll get with you and get that phone number.
Okay.
Is that process something that we could send out with the bill, letting people know that that's a possibility, that they can,
Yeah, I can put it
Use
on the
that
bottom of the
service?
memo.
Yeah.
Again, during the flood, they posted that for people to sign up, and I know a lot of people
that was a year
did.
ago.
Well, I know a lot of people did sign up for it, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Might not be a bad idea to do it again.
The other thing is your renters won't get a water bill. So if you do put it on the water bill, anybody who rents that doesn't have a landlord that pays it is not going to receive a copy.
Post it
Call the
on the
landlord and ask why the
pages,
water's
Yeah.
turned off.
all of the phones.
Yeah, a lot of.
You're not gonna get
We're not gonna
everybody.
get
They
everybody.
can call in.
no.
But
It's
you can
just
get a
do
hold,
the
you can
best
get a
we
lot of
can.
people, and it's something that you could post on the
I know, I've got it.
office out here,
That reverse, but I was never notified.
everything.
I never came across my phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had red code too and it never came across.
That's
me.
because it wasn't,
Yeah, we didn't call.
we didn't
Yeah.
call, nobody called.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
I do. When are you looking at for your 2 budget meetings? We're getting pretty close to deadlines.
Have we set something up yet? Tim?
Not yet, no. We've been waiting on Christian, if I'm not mistaken, to,
Me and Kristen have been working on reconciling books. I have to get those finished. I've been doing a lot of work. There was a few years that haven't been done still. So I was walking into stuff that's past dated and had to be done. I actually have to finish last year's budget and get it sent in before I can do this year's budget.
Makes sense.
So it is being worked on. It's just something that I've ran into stuff that was
Okay.
past dated.
No, you've answered a question, but now I have a huge concern. We went through this 4 years ago, and we're back into books that aren't reconciled for several years.
It can't be several years because we haven't caught up to date, not that long
Or,
ago.
or,
Or at least we
or
were
more
told
than
that.
one
we were-
year.
yeah, we were told that. And then, but the reality is, last year's budget did not get turned in.
When did we find that out?
No, not too long ago.
Last month,
And who was responsible for that?
Lacey Bredding.
I don't know that I would blame
Well,
that
I mean,
on
that's,
Lacey.
for the clerk, I mean, that's,
My
That would be
question
my guess.
is there's oversight. And the party who takes the charge is the one at the center. Sorry.
Well, and that's my fault then. That the budget did not get turned in. I was told it wasn't. So,
No, yeah, but
That's where we're at.
you have to take the time to backtrack and look at those deals. Is it turned in? Where's the approval on it? Where's this?
yep, that we do. I'm only capable of doing so much, so just work on it the best we can.
and before maternity leave, we were working on weekends and stuff, trying to get it all figured out and finished. So, we're getting closer.
What's the projection as far as completion of last year's?
The completion of last year's, As soon as I get back into the office, probably 2 weekends to get it all finished and
So by the next
where it should
meeting,
be. Oh, yes.
okay?
So we should be able to set up a meeting before our next meeting for a budget meeting?
Not for a current budget.
No, but for last year's budget.
Hmm. Which, all the work and stuff is done, there's just a couple blank spots that me and Kristen have to fill in, and then it'll be ready to go to the state.
Okay. So we're looking at our current budget to be addressed before the next meeting?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I'm Carl Rube, and I'm the owner of the trailer court, and I think I'm the one that needs to buy dinner for people.
I
So-
eat T-bones.
It's gonna be Chuck at this point. So, we had talked in the past about my withholding payment on water and getting that transferred,
Yes.
and you and I were working together on that and working with Lacey for a considerable period of time, and I think I'm bringing this for everybody's understanding. When Harley came on, she worked expediently and rapidly to handle the transition, took the equipment on board, and I was working on a pretty solid pace to get that stuff done. With my apologies to all the council members, I had no intention of this thing being an 11-month overrun. But as it is, for the duration of time that I owned the trailer court, almost all of 11 months, we never paid a water payment. Because we were requested by Tim, quite professionally, but immediately upon my taking ownership to make the transition, I said I'd be glad to do that. I came down within probably, a month, inside of the month. Said, here's the equipment that I've got for the meters that we put on, because we were gonna have individually metered trailers, and handed that over to the clerk and kind of set for a time.
Yes. However, I think we got with you, the meters, we need it programmed to put on the computer in order to read that particular meter reader.
Yeah.
So we don't have that. So I have been trying to get, and it's something that Mark is gonna work on, is replacing those meters with current meters that we have.
Mhm.
Because your meters at the trailer park are fairly easy to get to.
My problem is at this point, they aren't my meters anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for my wife and I, we fell on some times trying to get a healthcare business license because the state of Montana moves slower than turds uphill. And it put our business out of business. We sold the trailer park to be able to make payrolls as we were shutting down the door and liquidating the company to sell it off to outside. So yet another local healthcare company bought by outside investors, and we are no longer responsible for the ownership of the trailer court. However, I have an 11-month tab that we generated under terms that I agreed with you on, and I have an obligation there that's unsecured at this point, but I want to make sure that as a man of my word, I'm here to have that discussion, make sure that it doesn't fall to the tenants, and that to what degree I can make amends for the long-running bill on my side. I will say, we furnished both permission and equipment for everything that we could to Lacey as soon as we could.
Yep.
And I was responsive to Harley, and congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
For every time that we had opportunity to try and push the agenda along, I don't think I was any part of slowing this process down. And yet now, a year later, there's, I think, about $11,500 worth of bills in total to all 10 trailers. So, I'm here to answer to that, to speak with the council about that, to